The A7S III is a camera that probably won't get a successor, so I thought it would be fun to take a trip down memory lane. I've got mine right here, and I mean, I use it all the time, but this camera is 5 years old, and in a lot of ways, it's been overshadowed by other cameras that have come out since. The menus are deep, of course, like Sony, there's lots of things on and off that you need to know, so I'm gonna show you how to make the most out of your camera. So we've got the file formats. That's the first one to take a look at. Always want to use XAVC SI 4K, and the reason is that the normal S is an H.265 compression, and it's horrible to decode. It makes your computer run really slow. So another thing you got to know in this camera is the S&Q settings, because there is an S&Q dial here, but I find it a bit confusing. And I don't know if it's like this on the FX3, but you have to choose the recording frame rate, which usually is 24p. So this is the setting that it's recorded at when it plays back at normal speed. This is the setting that you have currently set to slow motion. So when you flip the S&Q dial right up there, it's gonna go to 120p and it's gonna record it in 24p. You're kind of good to go. You do need to make sure that you go in and adjust the shutter speed, so you want that shutter speed to be double your frame rate. So if you're shooting 120p, you want that 1/240th of a second shutter. So another thing you need to know about this camera is the color profiles. They've given the color its own menu. It's called exposure and color. And going to number 5, the color tone, that's the one that you need. You're gonna pretty much either be shooting with video one of two settings. So PP8, which is S-Log3, S-Gamma, Cine 3 right there. Almost everybody is gonna be shooting with this right here because you want the S-Log. That's the reason you're using this camera. You're gonna grade it. But if you're using the mic jack in, which is right here, the red mic jack, then you are using all of the menus on the camera to control the audio levels. Not ideal. But what you can do is this function button right here, if you hit that, it brings up the sub menu. And then I think you can even map what's in this menu. But for me, I set the audio level in the quick menu, and that's what I would recommend. Because that audio, you always wanna make sure you have meters on so you can see if the audio is spiking. Because on this camera, it has no limiters, there's no roll off. So if you're hitting those peaks, it's gonna blow out. If you're seeing red, you need to turn it down and re-record. Actually, a note on autofocus, one other thing I wanted to say is when you're dealing with touch tracking. So I have this display map, this button right here, you can see it cycles through the different types of displays. Now, the one you want to note is this display right here, where you see this. So if you click this, this is actually your touch tracking. Here it's spot. Now here it's object tracking. You hit it again, it's off. But the thing you got to know is, if you turn these menus off, you're not going to know what's going on. You're going to be clicking, you're going to be wondering why isn't it working. Well, that's why.